The views and opinions expressed in this podcast are those of the hosts and guests and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of the podcast platform, its affiliates, or even the hosts. The information provided is for general informational purposes only and should not be taken as legal, financial, or professional advice. The host and guests are not liable for any errors of omission in the content, nor for any losses, injuries, or damages arising from the use of the information provided. Listeners are encouraged to seek professional advice relevant to their specific circumstances.
You are now running with scissors. Let's go.
Hey.
How you be?
I should have took off tonight so I could go watch the Knicks game.
Right on. Rest in peace, Pistons. Y'all did good.
Oh, I'm so sorry for you.
No, actually, I don't get mad anymore because, like, basketball and football are like wrestling. You know, they just act like it's real sport. Because they do, when you telling me who's going to be in the Eastern Conference Finals 2 days before it happened, yeah, you already telling me what I need to know.
True. I'm sitting over here like, wait a minute, tonight is the game? Oh, man. Well, I'm sure I'll be able to catch the second half by the time we're done.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so
Let's see.
I'm just really praying for us to go all the way through. So come on, New York, show up.
Yeah, man. Y'all got to fix Patrick Ewing's failure, man. Oh, man. I'm
just saying. Hey, what's up, Turbo? Welcome, everybody, to Running with Scissors. I am your...
I got to switch this around.
It is your girl, Michelle, with the 1L, and
I am RG, and I'm switching us to the right side to the screen.
Lately, just came up in the building.
Waves.
To the moon.
What's good, great people? Easy Up Moon here. And I have a bunch of fresh takes on different things. And I can't wait to provide them to you.
And we are like to hear them. But you want to start us off with something?
Oh, you want to hit the topic first? Let's hit the topic first.
I don't even like the face that he got going on right now because I'm feeling like it's when Penny's awake, sometimes things happen. I don't know.
Right. A lot of things tend to happen. Since everybody want to take it up a notch and be controversial. Yo, y'all know I got phone calls about that last episode.
Really?
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Wait, what the hell did we say? I'm like, look.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you later.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you later.
Oh man, you talking about? Wait a minute. What?
Oddly enough, the controversial thing that was brought up, it wasn't. It was part of it was me, but that's like relationship controversial stuff. The big thing was closer towards the end, and we'll talk about it off camera.
Ooh-wee.
Yeah.
Oh, nothing that we can talk about on camera.
No, because then I would get another phone call.
Damn.
Yeah, you fucking.
That is how you really feel, viewers. I hope you keep watching.
I mean, they will. They will. They definitely will.
Oh, you on neighborhood watch right now, bro?
Because listen, our opinions are just that. Opinions. And it's supposed to be everything that we say is based off of our own personal experiences.
Exactly. And that's the thing that's hard to remind people, especially when they're passionate about, their lifestyle or their life, you know what I mean? And their own experiences.
Right.
So, yeah, I've been.
It's okay to have your own opinions.
Anybody that watches us, please watch with an open mind because we're not here to offend. We're just here to have conversation, great conversation, and we share things, and we hope that some things that we say are beneficial, but not everything.
Yeah. And it's okay to use your best judgment. If you feel like what we're saying is crazy, leave it
Yeah.
alone. If you feel like it resonates with you,
other people off, but don't take it personal, please.
Yeah. Some people gonna take it personal no matter what you tell them.
Well, that's true, but I can't do nothing about you if you take things personal. I'm sorry.
facts.
Put up
That's
Konami. I need to go. Let me not see. Okay, see, let me not start.
Yeah,
Listen.
and with that being said, ta-da, breaking
Yes.
generational patterns without breaking yourself.
Breaking generational patterns without breaking yourself. Shout out to WSAN Radio. We are streaming live. Shout out to Ron. And if you can't watch, you can always listen.
WSAN app.
Yeah, definitely.
Download the WSAN Radio app.
Mhm.
Because he's played a lot of great it's music all day, talk radio, got a whole lot of things going on. So go check it out.
And if you ain't got no phone, go to the internet browser. You got a website. 24 hours a day.
For sure.
Facts.
So breaking generational curses without breaking yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what can happen with that? Because when we are trying to heal, right?
Mm-hmm.
What happens when the person that's trying to heal, the family, becomes emotionally exhausted in the process? Because your healing journey is your own healing journey, and you want to bring family along, and you want to, you want everybody to heal with you, but that's not always the case. So you can't really dump all of that on someone.
Right. So my thing then becomes, what part of the healing journey that I'm on, requires any of their mental, capacity.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I'm the one that's going through it and I'm dealing with it, and I'm trying to process and work through it, I can understand that, oh, hey, there might be instances where, like, if it's recommended to you to talk things out with the other person. But if I'm not doing any of that and I'm literally just going through it and doing it myself, then what part of my healing journey, like, why does it bother you that I'm actually going through the steps to not be like you, or to not be like, the stuff that you come from? You know what I mean? Like, why is it that, because of the fact that I'm actually sitting with someone else, a third party opinion, and who actually has experience in advising people and listening to people and all those things, right? People who go to school for this. Why does it bother you that, hey, I'm actually taking the time to go and
I got your answer, sir. You know why? We're ready? You ready? Because some of the people we talk to are the reason why we're in therapy in the first goddamn place. We talking to the wrong sources. Some of these people are the true triggers that got us there in the first place. Their behaviors, the way they treated us in the past, or stuff they're doing currently. But we don't recognize that's where the stuff is coming from, because we're learning it as we fix ourselves.
Especially when it's coming from your own family, those generational curses that we're trying to break. And then you're dealing with a family member who's triggering you. Now you realize why you have decided that I needed to heal from this, because this thing is crazy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So oftentimes I find that people who are not on that journey, who are still, I hate to use the word stuck, but who haven't
they're setting their place.
Whoever progressed, really.
Right. They haven't decided that they need to change anything. They tend to look at you negatively, like maybe you think that you're better than, or look at
I am better. I just want to be very clear about this. I am better than you. I'm so much better than you. Look at me. I'm better than you. You know why? Because I'm taking the time to do the work.
Oh yeah, you already know.
I don't look. Just like I told them. Listen, I told them this. Well, never mind. I told them something different because of. All right, I can't talk. I will talk about it off camera.
Great, man.
But no, like I said, I am better than you, and the reason why I am better than you is because of the fact that I am taking the time to actually go through the process of being better. And if in fact you want to stay in that same spot, stay in that same position and process the same thing over and over and over and over and over again, instead of you trying to process and let it go, then guess what?
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking at me, if you're thinking I'm better than you, that's something within you, because it's nothing that I'm doing that I'm saying that. But if you feel that way, that's your problem. That's a you problem. And I'm not going to stop what I'm doing to make you feel better about yourself, because I've decided that this is the journey that I want to take.
Yeah, yeah.
And like Ezel said, I don't want to say that I'm better than you, but I feel
no. Say it. You need to say it, because you gotta feel it. You gotta feel it
inside. Okay. All right.
Gotta feel it. It's like, bro, like, because for real, like, we are literally, bro, in this lifetime, what I want people to take away from this is that there are a lot of peons, a lot of sheep, a lot of cattle. But if in fact you yourself decide to say, hey, you know what? I am tired of my own bullshit and I want to be better than that, then guess what, bro? You've already taken the first step in being exactly that, better. You gotta get tired of your old stuff, bro.
Yeah.
So say it. Yes, I am better than you. You
better than you.
Keep hope alive. I am somebody. Just you. That's big. Wow. Put it on the board.
But I think I think a lot of us were taught that breaking generational curses means that we have to sacrifice ourselves. We got to carry everybody. We got to fix everybody and survive everything. But what if healing means protecting your peace, setting boundaries, and refusing to drown while trying to save others?
We literally have case samples right now in our current society of people who took both routes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's a real thing where the people you are sworn to protect sometimes are the reason why you can't progress.
Yeah. Right. Because it's always about, family first and, family over everything. And sometimes that ain't the case.
Yeah, some of these everythings ain't need to be agreed to.
Because sometimes family is the ones that you need to get away from.
Absolutely.
And that's just real talk.
Sometimes they're the reason why, like, sometimes they're the ones that are detrimental to your mental and physical well-being and health. And so it's, doing whatever it takes to get away from that is necessary. And even if it's only like, mentally, hey, go do it, bro. Like,
yeah.
I get tired of people getting chastised for like trying to take the steps to get themselves away from those characteristics. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you acting funny style. What's funny style about going to therapy? Right. What's funny style about saying that, bro, I don't wanna smoke crack no more? Like, because drugs and alcohol have ruined my life. Like, why? Like, what's funny style about saying, yo, you know what? I'm gonna just go ahead and not be the person that you've known me for the last 20 years. And I'm going to just take today and turn around.
Remember, people are creatures of habit. So when you appear to them and it's appealing to them, they don't know how to take you any other way than how they perceive you. No matter how much you're changing, if they see you one way, like you, I'll tell you one thing. That guy will always be Captain Kirk. I don't care what he do for the rest of his life. It's the same thing. You're typecasted into their mind. You see what I did there? In other words, you are typecasted in people's mind. And they see you a certain way, and then when you change it, makes them unsure of their surroundings because they're so used to you being a certain way. It makes them question everything.
So. And I also want to say again, we are not therapists.
No, shout out.
We are not therapists or anything like that. We're having a conversation.
Right.
Okay? So for all of you out there, just be clear. We are not trying to tell you how to run your life. We're just sharing some of our lives with you. Mm-hmm. And maybe you might pick up something that you might want to do. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Well, I got you, though. You want to know what we talking about? They do. Go ahead and log into the 9B.
What generational curses are, just in case you might not know.
Please define it, my sister.
We've been hearing this for so long, generational curses. They can be toxic communication, addiction, abuse, silence around trauma, not speaking. That's a big one for me because I've always been the person that just held things inside and never spoke about it because I just didn't want to hear what others had to say, or I was afraid of what or rejection or things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Financial instability. That's a
Right.
huge survival mode, parenting, emotional unavailability, lack
Right.
of accountability. What happens in this house stays in this house. We talk about that a lot on
Yeah.
this show. And all of those things, emotional unavailability, lack of accountability, those things come from our childhood
Yeah.
or from
Yeah.
some sort of trauma or just those generational curses, how we grew up. And I don't care what nobody say. I always say how you grew up affects who you are today.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I would say yes. Absolutely.
It does. It just does. And it's up to you to decide, okay, I want to do something different. So let me figure out how to do that.
The crazy part is the older you get, the more you recognize it.
Turbo. Turbo said, y'all may not be therapists, but this podcast is therapeutic for me.
We appreciate
Oh,
you, dog.
oh,
Appreciate
appreciate
you,
it,
dog.
bro.
Put some respect on Cat name. Go ahead, hit the button. Go ahead, get a homie a star. Thank you, sir. Appreciate
I got
it.
a question for y'all though.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
What unhealthy patterns did you normalize because you grew up around them?
How do I do this? Because they still live. Okay.
You said what unhealthy what?
How do you do this without offending someone? What unhealthy patterns did you normalize because you grew up around them?
I would say I would use parenting. That's fairly safe. Like,
Okay.
I actually gave my kids the opportunity to speak before being punished. Because
Right.
I found myself like, who spilled the milk? And I'm, getting ready to go punish mode, and I didn't find out, hey, I'm dripped over whatever. I that was one thing I had to recognize, that I was like, what first ask questions later, because that's how I technically grew up for the most.
Yeah.
So that was one thing that I had to recognize, where I had to kind of switch that up. Like, let me hear what you got to say. Let's have a conversation so you can at least be heard. End result may vary, but at least you had a chance to speak your piece.
Right. That's actually a really good thing.
It is.
For me, my bad. Repeat the question one more time.
What unhealthy patterns did you normalize because you grew up around them?
Oh, man,
Tough question. You thought?
yelling at my son. Like yelling at both, actually yelling at both. Like yelling at my firstborn, because it's just it's something that I'm it's difficult. Like I raised my voice at him, he started crying, and I can't go into that toxic masculine portion of my brain because I just know so much more now. You know what I'm saying? I actually really want him to be okay. Like I want him to be able to come to me and ask some things and talk to me. So sometimes where it's a hard pivot. Now, if there are things in which I know for a fact that he's actually done wrong, it is no hold bar. I'm gonna have to handle it. But it's like, like I know that, bro, everything is coming from really like a place of innocence and not a place of like menace or malice. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
So it's been kind of difficult. It's like I want, what I'm saying, I want perfection, but it's like, dog, all the things in which I'm trying to ask perfection from him, this is his first go around, and I have to keep that in mind. And I know for a fact that the generation before me did not keep that in mind. Like, bro, this is our first go around. We don't know. We don't
I
know.
didn't know what letters yesterday, son. What are we talking about?
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, let us sound like, what I'm saying, certain things. Like, it's just like it's inherent in us to like try to treat these little humans like they're fully grown adult humans. And that's not the case. They are literally going through, bro. That child has never experienced May 18th, 2026 before. You know what I mean? Like it's they've never had that before. They may have had some May 18ths before underneath their belt, but only like 6 or 7 or 5 before. You know what I mean? So it's like
we ain't even got the double digits. Yeah.
Exactly. So it's like, you gotta like dial back that portion of you. You know what I'm saying? But I'm it's just me though, because of the fact that I'm in a different position, because of the fact that I've always been a strict disciplinarian with my students. So when it comes to my actual children, I would be damned if I am not the most difficult person that they have to deal with, and then I release them into the world, and then the world, you know what I'm saying? Because like, bro, it's I care about you. Those people outside this door don't. You know what I'm saying? Except for a few of them, like Michelle 1L, Penny, SRG. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Except for y'all, except for your aunts and uncles and all these people that I've, set up in your life. You know what I'm saying? That your mom and I have set up, and your moms and I have set up in your life. It's like no one else is going to care for you in the same manner in which we will. And so no one else is going to be as real with you in this lifetime about what you're going to face on the outside of that door than those who are actually closest to you, those who have relations. And if in fact, you know what I'm saying, because I'm not joking, but every time I forget that, hey, he's going through this for the first time ever, it always ends up resulting in tears, and I don't need that for him.
Yeah, that's such a dope realization, man. Like, it's like so dope because you're actually going through it right now, and you're not figuring it out when he's 20. Like, damn, I should have did this.
Right.
You're dealing with it right in real time, and you're figuring it out. Like, okay, I know I need to stop doing this because this didn't work for me when I was growing up. I don't think that I did that with my kids. I just was like, her, like that's what I knew. I wasn't in the space to think about, okay, this is not helpful.
Right.
And I need to stop doing this.
Right.
I just had this far off thought, right? And it's actually pertaining to what we're talking about. We talk about what our parents kind of did to us and how we came up.
Right.
And just think, they're an improvement from the way they came up.
Yeah.
If you think about it, we are evolving, but it's in a way where we don't see it until we look back. Because I remember my mom and dad talking about their childhood. I'm like, that was fun. Like, wait a minute, that's yeah. And sometimes I have to think about that too. They did the best they could with the information they had. And started talking about mental health within the last 6-7 years. You know what I'm saying?
And I love that. And I agree with that. But like, to see Ezell talk about it in real time, I didn't experience that. And you probably didn't experience that either. I mean, you still have a teenager or two, so you can kind of switch some things around. But probably with your oldest child, you probably didn't have that revelation in the moment.
Well, actually, like, my youngest child was actually easier to deal with because he was 8 when I met him. So he already had his personality. So mainly just trying to help him navigate through school, stuff like that. The one thing I never did, and I hated as a kid, like, I was a kid where I didn't really read and comprehend very well. So it took me forever to do my homework. So when I got home at 4 o'clock, I was in that living room chair or that kitchen table till it was dark.
Yeah.
And that used to kill me, watching my friends play, and I could never get my work done fast enough, and it just wrecked me. And that's one thing I didn't try to hold the kids to the fire and try to forget that they're kids.
Okay, that's good.
That was one thing.
Yeah. That part is difficult, bro, because I ain't gonna lie to you. I will say that there is also, because I'm human. There's still also the portion of me that's like, dog, you just gotta do it, bro. Like, you gotta go through the hard parts of life, because I mean, you're not gonna get everything handed to you. You know what I mean?
No, you're not.
So it's difficult trying to reconcile that portion of me and the toxic masculine portion of me, and the person that recognizes, bro, I have been hurt by those experiences, and it has caused for me to make some terrible decisions down the line. So I don't want you to do those exact same things. I don't want you to make those mistakes. I don't want you to go into those pitfalls. And then there's also, you know what I'm saying, that other voice in your head that knows, if you've been around kids before, a lot of them not going to learn unless they actually go through it themselves. And that part is also difficult as well. Like, it's
that's tough. But I think what's really, really good is when you can say and look in the mirror and be like, I created this situation because of the choices that I made.
Absolutely.
That's a hard thing to do.
Facts.
You know, you can always find, oh, it was because of this, it was because of that. No,
Nah.
Trust me.
no. When you get to be a certain age that you know the difference between right and wrong, and you making all these different decisions with your life, yeah, we understand that, you know, how you grew up affected those decisions, but you gotta still, you are the one that actually made the decision at the end of the day. So being able to look at yourself in the mirror and say, I did this.
Yeah.
That's where it starts.
That's where it is.
That's where it starts.
I got one comment, then we should hit the break. It seems like the older you are, the more you pay for the consequences of your actions.
Yeah, the older you are,
the older you are, the more it costs.
Yeah, I mean, and it's gonna always be like that because nobody's perfect. Nobody has, no one's upbringing is perfect. You know what I'm saying, bro? Jesus' upbringing wasn't perfect. That man was like he's a child of you know what I'm saying, he was born in a, but look, he wasn't even born in a hospital. He was born in a manger. You know what I'm saying, in the dead of winter. You know what I'm saying?
He's a Dearborn, dude. He was in the middle of the desert, bro. What the hell did you expect? Like Red Roof Inns?
Nah, I'm saying, like, it's just different. You know what I mean? Like, it's just interesting, bro. Because like I would hope that, you know, the burden of thought when it comes to your past gets lighter as time goes by, but it just doesn't. You know, like, but there are moments where, like, I will just be in the middle of just doing something and I'll just stop and start staring because of the fact that I'm literally thinking about, like, oh dang, this and this. And I'm not trying to, you know what I'm saying, dedicate my future to my past, or dedicate more, you know what I'm saying, more space inside my mind to what has taken place.
Right.
But it's just it's lived experiences that just pop up. So
yeah. Indeed.
So we're gonna go to break, right? And before we go to break,
yes, ma'am,
we're gonna talk about the pressures of being the chosen one. Quotation.
The chosen one.
Yikes. Okay. Great time. It's gonna be a rough one.
WSAN Radio, the soul of America and beyond. Turn it up and feel the rhythm of the greatest old school music ever made. From Smokey Robinson and the Temptations to Diana Ross, Aretha Franklin, Luther Vandross, and more. This is the music that touches your soul and moves your spirit 24/7. Listen live now at WSANradio.com and take the vibe with you everywhere. Download the WSAN Radio app today on the Apple App Store or Google Play. WSAN Radio, feel the soul.
Got me together with this two-piece. It's the good leggings, no see-through business.
We are back running with scissors. Ezel went somewhere. Michelle Wondell still in the building. I don't know what the hell just happened.
I don't know. We lost them.
I'm sure. Yeah, that phone call probably came through from earlier in the day. Yeah, why you get the show for that joke? Yeah.
So we're back, and we're talking about breaking generational patterns without breaking yourself. So the pressure of being the chosen one. Now, that can mean a lot of things. I mean, I don't know if I consider myself the chosen one, but I do consider myself to be a generational curse breaker.
Right.
In my family. So if that's the chosen one, it is what it is. Because I might not be the only one. Because I know there's a lot of members of my family that are on the journey. Not everybody, but there are some. So, but there is a lot of pressure with that because you now become emotionally aware of a lot of different things. You're the emotionally aware person in the family. So when things are going on, I know that for me, when I'm dealing with family and I can see their trauma peeking through like loud and clear, like, oh, okay, you're doing that. You're saying that because of this. And you don't always want to be the person that's saying that, well, it's because of your trauma, because nobody want to hear that, especially when they're not really on this journey.
Right.
But then sometimes there's a responsibility for other people's healing too, that you feel.
Well, I would say it like this. I wasn't the chosen one. I was the first one. And that itself had a lot of pressure and a lot of anxiety. Because out of my siblings, I was the first one to go to college. I was technically the first one to graduate high school. And I broke a lot of the barriers, but I didn't get the job done. And so part of me felt like I had failed on some levels because I didn't finish college. I did all this fighting and sitting in the goddamn kitchen until it got dark, only to drop out of college. It was pretty sanity damaging, because it made me say, well, why did I do all this crap? But you remember that, oh man, I was the first to do it. I'm supposed to set an example because I got a little sister, I got nieces, and I still ain't got it done. You know what I'm saying? So it was a hard pill to swallow, at one point in my life. So.
And I wonder if my son feels like that because he was like the first one to go to college. He played football out of the country. So he did a lot of things that, his siblings didn't do. And, as his mom, like, I don't have anybody in my family that's done what he's done.
Right.
So he kind of was the first one. So it's probably an added pressure there because he probably had to deal with some things there as well, being the golden child, let's say.
And even with me, I was always planning on doing certain things for my parents. That's why making the money was so important. I was, at that time, I was one of those guys. So I had this plan in my head where once I got the X amount of dollars, I would do this. I had a list. So when I couldn't stick to that plan, that's when it actually flipped over because now I feel like, oh, damn, I'm going to end up like everybody else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
I missed my window to really get it cracking, not knowing that was only one act of a long play,
Yeah, for sure. Because you did something nobody else did. So that's commendable in itself right there.
Right. Now, dope. We got a couple college graduates. We got a couple associate degrees in the building. So that's pretty dope.
That's good.
So
that's
I feel
good.
like
Sure.
the blood, sweat, and tears wasn't totally in vain because at least we got to see what it took to get people into college. And we now know how to keep them in there. Because all that stuff was kind of figured out in real time in my younger adulthood. So.
That's dope. But why do you think the cycle breaker often becomes the family villain?
Because they recognize things that the people still going through the trauma do not, and they come off standoffish. Remember, Boomerang? Ever since we sent that boy to that white school, we acting all sadistic.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And it's like I'm just being who I am or who I learned to be. I went to college. When you go to school, when you go to college, when you get an education, things are going to change. You know more, you learn more, you experience more.
I got one more deep cut for you. Got one more. Michael Jackson bad. Those are tortoiseshells. That's what started the beef. He corrected my man after they tried to rob a boy. Remember? He corrected him on the glasses.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. He's like, those are tortoiseshells.
Because he was like a nerdy type of guy. And that's crazy because the nerds always get a lot of flack by the people who are in school causing hell and turmoil and not.
He was stealing cars last week, then got into Juilliard, and all of a sudden you corrected me. We were just stealing cars last week. What are we talking about? So
So that it's unfortunate. And I would say to anyone, fear and jealousy because they couldn't or wouldn't do it for whatever their personal reasons. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's a lot of jealousy for sure. A lot of jealousy for sure, and that's not fair, because when someone says, "Oh, you think you all of that because you did this, that, and the third," that is not. You're speaking from your own insecurities and your own jealousy when you do things like that. So if you're that person and you're looking at other people that might have a little bit more than you, and you're looking at them like, oh, they think they all of that. It's not them that's the problem.
Right.
It's not them that's the problem.
I'm in my TV bag. There's another thing I seen on TV many years ago that hit me as really mean. Remember when Bobby and Whitney had that reality show?
Yeah. Oh God, that was a train
and they
wreck.
took their whole family from the hood and they took them camping. And what stuck in that episode was how cruel Bobby Brown's family was him. They talked about him like
they were terrible to him. They were terrible to him.
And I was like, he got all y'all to a better place, and y'all treat him like the scum of the earth. And I even back in the days when I didn't recognize how bad that was, I was like, ugh, that's nasty. Even the little kid was talking reckless. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, everybody was Bobby so bad on that show.
Yeah. I was like,
I mean, I felt so bad for him watching that show, because it was like he only did the Whitney did the show because of him.
Right.
But then they got on the show and treated him like crap.
Yeah. So yeah, I've seen this behavior over here. I never understood what it was until we kind of put a face to it. Like, wait a minute, I've been seeing this crap for years, in different ways, shapes, and forms.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. So, I have another question. Healing can become self-destruction. That was when I was reading that, I was like, that's interesting.
Yes. You know what? Yes.
Go ahead. Because what can end up happening is that you can overextend yourself way too much.
But it's still construction at its finest. So you're trying to build something. So you have to tear down the walls of what got you to there in the first place to build up something new. Mm-hmm. So it depends on what type of destruction we're talking about. We talking about destroying the habits that kept you down, or we talking about drinking Jack Daniels every day until you pass out. I don't think that's one of them bad for you.
Those things are not self-destruction, because I don't think they're bad for you. Those are the things that you're doing to try to rid yourself of whatever it is that you have going on to build yourself up. I think the self-destruction. I think the self-destruction is the part when you are trying to save other people. Staying in different relationships out of loyalty.
Yeah.
And that doesn't even mean romantic relationships. It could be friendships. It could be even family. Out of loyalty, because we're loyal to our family, because that's family. That's what we're taught. Family is everything.
Yep.
Even if it's toxic.
Yes. Yes.
So, and you can
can't pick your people.
Heal everybody else. So it's like when you're on this journey, the only person that you can really heal is yourself. You can't heal anybody else. If they want to come along on the journey with you, or I don't have a problem with communicating, but I'm very, very mindful, and I really try to be mindful of how I interact and talk to people that may not have started that journey yet, because it can easily be taken as judgment.
Right. But you got to curate your sources, especially if you feel like they're part of the reason you are the way you are. You have to, I'm not saying cut them off, but you have to kind of do light pruning, I can't be around you every day if you're going to do stuff that I don't agree with, Or if you say or make me feel in a way where I feel like I don't need to be there, Because some people are just afraid to take the step, so they'll just keep going through it because they don't want the other person to feel uncomfortable. So they'll keep being uncomfortable for loyalty or whatever.
Or some people just don't know what to do, because if you're so deep down into that hole and you don't know the first thing to do to get out of it, because everything is crumbling down around you, you don't know what steps to take. That's a hard space to be in. So then if you got somebody that's telling you, well, why don't you do this, or why don't you do that, and you're not seeing a way out of no way. So it's like, what do you do?
Right.
I think if it can't. Well, wait a minute. It can if you don't accept whatever lesson you're supposed to learn, and truly let go of whatever you're supposed to leave behind. That's so true.
Facts. Appreciate that.
You
Appreciate that.
and
That's facts.
truly let go of what you're supposed to leave behind, because sometimes we want to hold on to stuff and we shouldn't be holding on to it. I'm just gonna hold on to it a little bit, not a lot of it, just a little bit. When you got to completely let that thing go, that's the hard part. Letting things go that no longer serve you.
Yeah. Way more difficult task than I ever imagined. And it's not the physical; it's the mental part of it. It's reprogramming yourself to not be in that space, that behavior, that feeling, that moment. Especially when you've repeated that history over and over again, it's kind of burned into your being a little bit. You know?
Yeah, because it's like that thing served you for 35 years. Now it don't serve you no more. It's been serving you for 45 years. Now all of a sudden,
right? All of a sudden, okay. Trade me in like a Buick, huh? Okay, cool. Okay.
It don't serve you no more. Oh, okay. Oh, you think you said this stuff.
Oh, you fancy, huh? Okay. Mm-hmm. See you tomorrow.
Yeah, but boundaries are real thing. Boundaries are a real thing, and saying no is sometimes really hard to do.
Yeah.
Saying no, it's not an easy task because that people pleasing thing. You gotta. If I say no, they're not gonna like me anymore. If I say no, they're gonna be mad at me. If I say no, man, listen.
Sometimes I don't even think I think in the beginning, I don't think it's, they're not going to like me. You're still in that place. So you understand when they call you for certain things.
Mm-hmm.
But so let's say like I got the NBA deal, right? They turned my lights off last week. I just got this check. So I just got out the lights. Now my homeboy next door, he's in the dark. Hey man, can I get that $200 to pay my electric bill? Dude, I was in the dark last week. All right, cool. So you start from there, and then you realize that as you hook them up, they're not growing. They're just waiting for you to protect them versus actually taking that blessing and building on it. And I think that's when you get like the Lamar Odoms of the world and all these other cats where they were too giving to the point where they had nothing for themselves. And everybody saying, man, you're broke. Bye. And left them in.
Kick you to the curb.
Yeah. So I look at it kind of like that.
You gotta love people from a distance. It doesn't mean you stop loving that person. You just gotta love them from a distance because who they are and what they have going on it's not beneficial for your life.
Yeah, but that goes back to having emotional bonds and too much fearless loyalty. It goes right back to that.
It's said than done for sure. Mm-hmm. It's easier said than done because we've traveled this life the way that we traveled this life to get to the point where we are now. And now we're like, okay, I got to drop you because, you're toxic. I got to drop you because you're not figuring out your own life and you're not getting yourself together. But then you were okay with them 10 years ago with that same scenario.
Yes. Like word. Now like, you hear?
It's like that. Right. So here's a question. We just was talking about this. Have you ever had to distance yourself from people you love in order to heal?
Oh,
absolutely.
Absolutely.
100%. 100%.
And you don't love them less. You just love yourself more. And sometimes some of the people you love don't have the right type of love that bolsters your spirit. They actually bring your spirit down.
And it's like, okay, how do you do that though? You just be like, you block them. You have the conversation. Hey, I'm healing. I can't deal with you no more.
It just depends on the person and how close I am to them, right? Because I am one of the people with my friends, and I include you as one of my family, my friends.
Right.
I can accept anything you say to me. If Michelle wakes up one day and say, Royal, I just don't mess with you no more. I would appreciate it if you don't talk to me anymore. I can live with that. But I can't take that from anybody else. I can't take it from someone saying, hey, Michelle don't mess with you.
Oh, I get what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? No one else can tell me how you feel about me. I have to hear from you. And then I can accept whatever you say. So a lot of people get a lot of information third party. And then how it will affect.
That's not cool. See, so but that would bother me though. If you woke up today and said, Michelle, the hell with you, I can't deal with you no more. I would rather that. I get that, but it would still it wouldn't hurt though.
No, because anybody who has the guts in humanity to say it to my face, I can respect what they say.
I mean, I think I could.
You know what I'm saying? I want them guys. I want to know where you stand, right? If you say, Royal,
right,
you cool, but I'm gonna have to back up from you. I can appreciate that because that's your wish, and I will honor it.
But would you not want to know why?
Sometimes the reason could be you. Sometimes it cannot be you.
Okay.
If they feel like they need to tell me in that moment, then hey, maybe that's something we can work on. Maybe we can write.
I've had an experience like that, but the person never had a conversation with me. It was just they stopped talking to me, like, and to this day, I still don't know why.
And then you also have those relationships where you don't have, you need to not be a part of it. So, but you have parts of you that always are going to be drawn back to it. So sometimes you have to break for yourself. You have to go what they call cold turkey.
Agreed.
Because you'll always make excuses to be back in that space for that feeling, if that makes sense.
I know I get what you're saying, but I also think that
I've been on both sides of that. You know what I'm saying?
It's strong. I think that if that was like the situation that I'm talking about with a friend that I've known for a long time, whatever her reasons was, I had to sit back and even though it kind of bothered me at first, once I sat back and I reevaluated the situation and I got out of my own feelings, that I was able to see that maybe I wasn't the best friend that I could be for her because of what I was dealing with and going through in my life at that time. And it might have been too much for her. So once I did that, I was like, all right, I get it. But it took me to self-reflect because I had to really look at myself at that point. Because it's like, well, damn, it's easy to say, oh, well, screw them. You know, I was a good friend to them and da-da-da-da-da. And they decided they want to be our friend. But sometimes it's you. Sometimes you are the problem. So it takes a person to be able to say that, huh?
Yeah, I didn't always have that philosophy, but when there's a lot of people that I've lost through the years, and I got into the habit of celebrating when you're here and not worrying why you're gone, because we never truly know unless we are there. You know what I mean?
Right.
And a couple of cats, I was like, damn, that's what it's like. And then they were literally gone. They were dead. You know what I'm saying? Or they went a different direction, or they went to jail. And I would thought it was about me, and it had shit to do with me. I should have been celebrating the times they were here instead of worrying about why they weren't around me.
That's
I was being selfish. You know what I'm saying? Instead of finding out what's up with the homie, is he good? Whatever. You know.
Yeah.
So I had to get about
I've been blocked before by people, but I didn't really care though. For those people, because it was like you probably would block me because I needed to be blocked because it was a rejection thing.
Right.
You know, they were rejected and they didn't like it. So it was like, how would you? And I get it. But that to me is because they need to deal with themselves and figure out what that is. Because it's like I said, it's not always them. Sometimes it's you.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You gotta look, and sometimes it is them though. But even if it is them, and if it's, I think that you have to have a clear understanding that if it's you, it's okay. Just deal with it. If it's them, that's still okay. And they just need whatever space that is. It doesn't mean that you are an awful person or, or that, there's something wrong with you. Maybe there's just some self-reflection that you need to do so that you can have some understanding about what's actually going on and not go into victim mode or not. It doesn't feel good when somebody just decides that they want to cut you off or cut you out their life. It doesn't feel good.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't feel good.
I don't act like I'm Zen master guy. It just
it doesn't feel good. But I think sometimes within ourselves, you kind of know the reason a little bit.
Yeah.
There's something in there that you kind of know. Because something just happened out the blue, and you're like, well, damn, whoa, what happened? It might not have been something that you actually did in that moment. It might have been a collection of things that you did over time. Right. That caused that person.
Collection of things they did, and they decided not to involve you in it.
That part. That part.
Man.
So I've definitely had to distance myself from people I love in order to heal. And I think it was a valid decision. And might be some hurt feelings, but hopefully they can understand that something was wrong. Like you doing too damn much.
Well, okay, so we can, and it's going. I don't know how cold, but we can only care so much, If you're saying that there's a problem and I need to fix this problem, am I supposed to keep driving around with the same flat tires because I like these tires, or am I going to change the tire?
Right. Right.
It's as simple as that, you know. And it sounds practical, but when you get into feelings and emotions and people how they make you feel in endorphins, it's really hard. But sometimes those are the ones that actually grow you. The more difficult ones are the ones that actually give you that push you need to really get the stuff you need to get done in your life.
So true.
I ain't saying break up with your friends either. Relax.
Those type of relationship where you were the one that got cut off and you and your feelings about it, take that time to actually reflect on that situation. And even if you feel that you didn't do anything wrong, and I'm not saying that it's always your fault, it could be them, maybe they got some things going on that they needed to deal with, just try to make peace with the situation. Because you don't want to carry that thing with you and you have animosity and anger towards that person, because you don't want to live with that.
The unknown can be nerve-wracking. So
for sure,
some things you just have to release.
You got to release that thing, because if you hold on to it, it's going to drive you crazy. You just got to keep on pushing.
Let's see.
Okay. I think the why can be a dangerous. Can be dangerous. Some people love to keep you off balance or in a state of confusion, so you would go to them for help just to harm you again. Whoa.
Oh wow! The well played, my friend. Damn,
that's true.
That is
so sometimes the why don't matter, right? Just get on. If they left you alone, leave them alone.
Right.
Don't worry about the why. That's true. Because that's definitely a classic narcissist that would do some crap like that.
Yeah.
Make you feel horrible about yourself to reel you back in again. And then throw you away again and have you on this. Yes, I've been there.
We all have, my friend. We all have
been there.
Yeah, man. Long story short, I had a homie and kind of left him alone, and, kind of getting under my skin. And then I found out through the grapevine they had like COVID and almost died. And I was like, let me call the homie, make sure they're good, man. And it was cool because you don't want to see somebody go. But at the same time, as soon as I started having the conversation, I'm like, oh, this is why I didn't talk to you in the first place. So
you start to remember.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Because it was cool the first couple conversations. I'm like, oh, it's like old times, me and the homie, we down like 4 flat tires. And then we got those damn tires about the 6 phone calls.
I recently had one of those conversations where it was a text conversation. And I was like, why does this person only want to text? Then I had the conversation with him and I said, now I get it. This is why I was the one that set that boundary of only text messaging this person, because I don't want to talk to them on the phone.
Fair. Yeah, the boundaries can be twofold. It can protect you or it can protect them. It can be twofold.
Right. I have a question though, because we're coming to the end of the hour.
Yeah,
what's one toxic phrase our generation needs to retire?
Oh man. And I love this phrase. And I probably use it in all the wrong ways. It is what it is. I live by that. And that's so toxic.
Is that toxic though?
Because I don't give a fuck someday.
No, because the thing is,
it's the energy behind it. Yeah.
It is what it is, can be toxic, because if you apply it to everything, then then that can definitely be a toxic response to a lot of things. But some things, it is what it is. Because why worry about things that you can't control?
Because with great power comes great responsibility, and I abuse that.
Same time, if you can't do anything about, especially in the moment, what are you supposed to do? You're gonna sit and worry about it and be stressed out about it and be depressed about it. Yeah, then that.
Yeah. So
I'm on my healing journey. I have an insert food allergy, knowing damn well they aren't allergic to anything. I think that, I think that the phrases of things like I'm triggered. Wait, Mike just said it right when I said yeah, I'm triggered. Yes. Oh, yes. I agree. I don't feel like you need to let everybody know that you're triggered when you're triggered, because your triggers are your responsibility, not theirs. But I do feel like if it's someone that you love and someone that you know loves you, that if they say or do something that might bother you, or might hurt your feelings, I don't feel like I feel like you should be able to have a conversation with them without saying I'm triggered and you triggered me and all these different things.
Right.
And yeah, because now it's you making it about this pity party and oh my God, woe is me. Don't do that.
No, that's not good.
Don't do that. Because somebody might say something that's disrespectful. You got to check it.
Okay,
like, you're not
I got one more. This is a deep cut for me because it didn't start out bad, and then I realized how people were using it. They're woke. Irritates me so much.
I'm woke.
They're woke. Irritates me so much because that's become the new catchphrase for saying when people are talking about black stuff. So it's not about being social awareness anymore. That's the easy way of doing it.
That's true.
You know, instead of just having social awareness for your country, your state, your capital, and making sure the people in your neighborhood are aware of the things that can affect them and make life better or no worse. Like, I don't know, anger, racism. And now it's the catchphrase to kind of say, well, you don't want to hear that crap. And that irritates me so much. It has become toxic the way it's been used. The weaponized.
Mike said, I'll be glad when y'all stop being asleep then.
Oh, yes.
Since you woke. Well, go to sleep. Go lay down.
Right.
Yeah, that was a little bit too much. It's like sometimes I feel like there's some things you don't have to necessarily say.
Mm-hmm.
If that's what you are, that's what you are.
Yeah.
You don't have to broadcast.
That's what it is. I'm gonna say it again.
It is what it is, right? It is what it is.
It just works.
I love that for you is a huge insult.
I said that to someone a couple days ago.
It can definitely. Well, you know what?
It can be cool, but it can be mad condescending depending on how you phrase it.
No, I have used it and I really meant it though.
Yeah.
Like somebody has had something that really great happened in their life, and I have said, I love that for you. But it can be an insult.
Yeah, it can be condescending.
It can be condescending, yes.
Yes.
Especially when somebody's telling you something and you like, you really kind of don't care, maybe.
Yes.
Then you're like, oh, I love that for you.
Yeah, I love that for you. Like, love what?
Yeah, I don't care. It's whatever.
Super dismissive.
You know what? We have altered normal sentences into being something negative.
Yes.
Right? Because 10 years ago, somebody said, I love that for you. We weren't thinking anything of it.
Yep. So,
but now one thing I will say can be an insult is have the day you deserve.
I never heard that, and I'm going to start using that from now on because that is terrific. That's the thing you deserve. Oh.
Now, depending and usually that's something that we say to somebody who's either done irritated you or pissed you off.
Wow, bro, my spider senses are tingling on that one. That is in there.
Yeah, have the day that you deserve. Now, depending on who you are and what you did, that could be real shitty.
Yes, have the day you deserve. Oh, MVP.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
Yeah, because I've used that one, but I wasn't saying it in a good way. I was being super sarcastic.
Yeah.
That's a curse on someone because that's some yes.
Yes,
I hope you have an awful day. It's pretty much what you're saying to that person. Especially, I've said that to customers on the phone at the end of the call after they done yelled and screamed at me. Have the day that you deserve, and thank you for calling. That's pretty much me saying, I hope you go outside and get hit by a car.
Yeah.
In other words, being nasty.
Like, oh, you ain't get your check? Okay. Hope it got killed in a car accident.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah, we can definitely have some toxic phrases for sure.
Yes.
Like, real talk. So
yes.
Should we retire them or are we going to keep using it, y'all? Come on, y'all.
I don't know. That last one you just came up with, I got to keep that one.
But you got to say it with a smile.
Oh, absolutely. That's the best way to insult people. Is like with the most pleasant voice. Like, no, you're not stupid. You're the opposite of smart. Yes. Call people opposite of smart. You know.
Exactly. No, we're not going to retire that one. That's a good one. You got to keep that one.
Yeah. Your thoughts escape you all the time. You should catch up with them. Stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we got 1 minute. I'm gonna throw this question out. What does peace look like for you now?
Oh man.
And y'all in the audience, y'all can join in too. Just throw them in the chat.
I would just say being able to just chill and think, because I find myself always having to figure things out. My brain is always on calculate, figure this out, create this, fix that. So if I could just sit sometimes sit down and just be. That's one thing I miss. Yeah. Peace is just being able to sit down and actually think and air out and not be on call all the time, because I'm always on
just turning off the world. Yeah, not answering the phone. That's another thing. Yeah, we don't have to be tied to our phone. You said, I hope both of you have the stream you deserve.
It's gonna be great, son.
And it's been good so far. Thank you guys.
No, right on.
But yeah, that's for me. Peace. That's what peace looks like for me. It's like actually doing things that I want to do and not doing things that I don't want to do.
Right.
And being okay about it. And just actually being able to sit still and not do anything, because we've said this before on our shows, like that's hard to come by, because sometimes resting can make a person feel guilty.
It don't make me feel guilty. I'm just
That's not my problem. Letting go and truly letting God at least for a few minutes instead of worrying. Absolutely.
Yep.
100%. And I think that's what peace looks like for a lot of us. Just kind of just being with ourselves, being with God, doing whatever you do, to just sit and chill, not having to listen to people's problems while watching them fail. Oh,
man. We got us starts for this podcast. God bless America. Bro.
Man, that is the truth. Because it's like, if you're constantly complaining about the same things over and over and over and over again, I'm going to stop you. Because now you're going to have to tell it to somebody else.
You know, it's like putting a hole in every life raft they send you.
Like, that looks like the next topic, right? Right? For sure. And and they complaining about it, and you're looking at them like, you are not. And if I give you advice, you're not going to take it anyway, because you're going to do what you want to do.
And that's the biggest problem. What should I do? The shit I told you to do 5 times before. How about you start with that? Please and thank you.
Start with that. Right.
Start with that.
Yeah, I've definitely learned to let that go, because you're not going to keep complaining to me about the same thing. I'm not going to be receptive of that.
Especially if I've already invested my time and effort in helping you fix a problem, and you're still going back to the same thing.
The same thing. Year after year after year after year. Like, bro, what are you doing?
Right.
Yes. But you know what, Chloe, he said, that's why I've officially closed my doors for personal counseling.
Understood.
And that is real talk, because I think that sometimes that's what we do. That's part of toxic behavior, to be honest.
Oh, wait. Now
you're being of course I'm being a terrible friend when I don't want to complain to me for 5 years about the same thing.
All right.
Like, what are we doing?
Damn it. You're supposed to be here to listen to my problems.
But I do know that this healing journey comes with that, though. This healing journey comes with you trying to be a counselor sometimes for your friends.
Yeah.
It does. And sometimes, I'm learning that I can't be that friend, because I don't have it all together, and I'm still dealing with my own crap, because I be triggered.
Yeah. And you know what it is? While you're trying to manage your emotions, you take in all these other emotions, and now you got to sort through their stuff to get back to your stuff. Like, wait,
and it's weighing you down, man.
Right.
No, we're not doing it. I think that your friends should also, but the ones that are not in the space that you are in, they sometimes feel like you got it all together. So why can't they come to you? Because you look like the person that has it together.
Objects in the mirror are closer than they appear. We see it on cards every single day.
That's why you have to set healthy boundaries, because people will drain you with a smile. What? You better say that. You better say that. I was guilty of the one asking 5 million times, and I already know the answer, so I get it totally. Yeah, Turbo. I still love you, though.
It's all good. It's all good.
But you know what? I think that the key here is that you recognize that. To me, when you recognize some stuff about yourself, you won.
Yeah.
You won. And you know that, okay, I need to figure this out. Because sometimes we know, like Turbo just said, we know the answers to a lot of the questions that we be asking, but sometimes we be looking for either a co-signer or somebody to agree with what we said or the BS that we are trying to do.
Or, very simple, fear.
Fear.
Because some of the things that we actually ultimately need to do are very scary things. You know, we're not talking about forgetting to put the milk in the cabinet. We're talking about life-changing stuff here. So, yeah, there's a level of fear of the unknown that's always with major change and stuff like that. So, you know, I don't want to just kind of like, oh, yeah, they just trifling. Like, no.
So true.
It's moving parts to this. There's a lot of moving parts.
So true.
So, stuff out here in these streets.
Well, we are at the end of our hour.
Yes, we are.
And we appreciate you guys for commenting and joining us and pulling up on us.
Oh, I love. We appreciate y'all for real, for real.
And I don't know what happened to Ezo, but I hope he's all right.
Mm-hmm.
And Penny too. Shout out to Penny. And I guess we'll see y'all next week.
Yeah, no doubt. Please like, share, and subscribe. Please donate if you wish to our Cash App at $United Front. Everything you donate to us, we put right back into this network to make the best thing you ever seen and improve. So please and thank you.
See y'all later. Peace and love.
You know the funny part? I was waiting for Olivia to hit the button.
Me too.
She got me. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm running the board tonight. Jesus Christ. All right, we'll talk to y'all later. Jesus Christ. You are now running with scissors. Let's go.